Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to day 2 of my 21-day live challenge. Today I am speaking about the fact that if cash is king, then cash flow must be queen. I am here with day 2 of my challenge. I took a couple of days off because I needed to get back here and I need to get my voice together and I need to get ready because the Attract Abundance Conference will be here before you know it. It is already October and I'm happy to be back home. For those of you who've been watching me, you know I have been out of town a lot over the last 6 weeks. I was the MC at a conference in Atlanta. I spoke at a conference in Baltimore. And on this past weekend, I spoke, prayed, preached, shouted, sang, all of that at a conference and revival in North Carolina this weekend. And so I wanted to give my voice a little bit of time to get back. But y'all, I'm back now. And I feel like the thing that I need to speak on tonight is that if cash is king, then cash flow is queen. We are in a season where literally anything could happen. And so it's important that we don't just focus on making money, but we are really diligent with the money that we make. It's not just about having great revenue and bringing in dollars on paper, but it's about telling your money where to go and making sure that your money has a good flow. You need to know what is coming in, what is going out. This is not the time to be an avoider apple. For those of you who've taken my money quiz, you know what I'm talking about. This is not the time for you to shoot in the dark. This is the time for you to truly focus on making sure that you are saving your money, multiplying your money, reinvesting your money so that your money is making money. That's where we at. You got to be at a place where your money is making money and you are not afraid of spending money. You are not afraid of putting your money into places that's going to give you more flow, but you got to have cash flow. You got to have cash flow. It's not just about having cash, because if it was just about having cash, then you'll be fine with the money that you make on your job. You wouldn't need to make any additional funds out of that, right? If it was just about the cash itself, but it's about the cash flow, what goes in, what goes out. It's about how you manage your money. It's about how you move your money. It's about how you multiply your money. So there is a difference between, again, just getting cash and having cash flow. If cash is king, then cash flow is the queen, because cash flow is what's going to tell you yes and no. All right. So you want to make sure that you do not have a profitable business, but a profitable business that does not have cash flow. You must have cash flow. And in order for you to have cash flow, you want to think like a CFO and not just a CEO. See, a CEO makes decisions and they are focused on the vision. They're delegating, they're running stuff, they're overseeing things, they're overseeing the company, right? But the CFO is the one that's looking at what can we say yes to and where do we need to say no based on the cash flow. So you should be able to forecast and know which quarters are your most lucrative quarters. I was speaking with another financial professional today, and she was like, yeah, we make majority of our money for the year in the last quarter. And I was like, yeah, last quarter is great for me too. The reason I know that is because I've looked at my numbers. I'm able to see what I did or what I was able to generate in my business last fourth quarter, the fourth quarter before that, the fourth quarter before that. So it's important that you look at your numbers. And if you're not a business owner, but you're listening, I'm telling you right now, you got to look at your numbers, even with the money that's coming in from your salary or the money that's coming in from your paycheck. You got to know, you got to plan for the unexpected. Now, for those of you who are watching my live, who may be a dualpreneur, because I know it's a lot of y'all out there, by the way, if you're a dualpreneur, put dualpreneur in the comment section. If you are a full-time CEO, put full-time CEO in the comment section. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. I want to know who's watching. I want to know where you are in your business. Are you full-time? Are you part-time? What are you doing with your time? And honestly, if you manage your money correctly, if you multiply your money correctly, you are going to be able to manage your time better, because you will know where to spend time, where not to spend time. I was having a difficult conversation with someone earlier today, and I was like, look, at this point in my business, there are just some things I'm not dealing with anymore at all. So I decided to hire someone to take care of some of the things that I just don't want to deal with anymore. I just don't. And I'm so glad that I was able to do that. But before I did that, I had to count the costs, and I had to look at the cash flow. I had to say, okay, what am I bringing in per month on average? What can I budget for me to spend on personnel, part-time, full-time, contract workers? Because I know I want to grow my business. I know I want to multiply my revenue. I want to multiply my income streams. I want to multiply my self-care. I want to have better self-care and more time for me. So in order for me to do that, I must make sure I have a solid team. And one of the best things I did last year was increase my team, not just the agents that are within my agency. Shout out to my agency. Shout out to TNA Financial Group. By the way, I am the Women's Wealth Strategist. I specialize in helping you attract abundance and retire wealthy. So shout out to my agency. But when I'm talking about my team, I'm talking about my personnel. And I was speaking with someone about this earlier today. We were speaking about expanding our capacity and increasing our capacity. I've been speaking about this, honestly, for the last 4 or 5 days. Before I start getting the overflow of clients that I'm getting right now in 2025, I increased my capacity for them. I'm increasing my capacity in this season for the overflow that's coming in 2026. And so in order to do that intelligently, I need to know my numbers. I need to know, where do I get majority of my income from? I need to know, how many client appointments do I need in order for me to generate the income that I want? How many $1 million baby appointments do I need? How many retired wealthy consultations do I need? How many coaching client interest meetings do I need? Maybe somebody wants my whole back office, which I did have somebody ask me about that last week. He was like, can I just buy your back office? I'm like, you can. Here's the price, right? So it is an opportunity for me to make money with different things, but all of those different revenue streams are all tied into the same business. You can have one business, one solid business model, and have multiple streams coming in from that one solid business model. But once the money comes in, you must know, where does it need to go. You are going to have some business expenses that are fixed, and you're going to have some business expenses that are seasonal. For example, right now I'm getting ready for the Attract Abundance Conference. I was talking to my accountant the other day, and she was like, well, after the conference, you're really not going to have many expenses for the rest of the year. Like, pretty much done. I'm like, I know, outside of my personnel, I don't really have a lot of expenses, honestly, for my business. I mean, I have a few, but it's not lots. So my profit margin looks pretty good right now. But it's not just about profit. It's about cash flow. Cash flow is the queen, because cash is king, but cash flow is the queen. Cash flow is the one that's going to run your business. Cash flow is the one that's going to tell you if you really are in business or if it's time to go out of business. Now, you may be saying, okay, Terry, that all sounds good. That sounds good. But in the meantime and in between time, I feel like I just need to focus on my cash, not necessarily about the cash flow. I just want to make more money. It's not just about making more money. It's not just about having more money. Ooh, it's not just about having more money. Bless me, Lord. Okay? It's not just about that. I'm going to wrap this up soon, because I know some of y'all are like, you look tired. I am. I'm going to go to bed very soon, but I said I really know there's some people who can use these words. And so I want to encourage someone on tonight. If You read your Bible before you go to bed, or even if you're watching the replay, if you have some time in your daily routine or your weekly routine to read the Bible, I am going to encourage you to read Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. In those sets of scriptures, you are going to see a story that Jesus tells, and the story is called the parable of the talents. So in the parable of the talents, Jesus tells a story about a master who gives his different servants different amounts of money. He gives 5 talents. Let's say, let's pretend these are dollars. Let's make it easy for today, okay? So imagine you have a master that gives someone $5,000, $2,000, and $1,000. And when the master comes back, he wants to know, like, what did y'all do with the money? What did you do with the talents that I gave to you? Well, the ones that multiplied that money were praised, but the one that was like, of the 3, but the servant that was like, oh, I just buried my money, I didn't do anything. People were like, what? You didn't do anything with it. You just buried it. You did not multiply it. Yeah, we're supposed to multiply our money. It's not just about having it. It's about multiplying it. It is a biblical principle. It is a financial principle. There is a verse that many people quote. It says, God gives us the power to build wealth. He doesn't just give us the power. He gives us the permission to build wealth. He gives us the power, the permission, the progression. Like God gives us the principles. God tells us exactly what we need to do in order to build wealth. But the question is, are we listening? Are we paying attention? Are we acting out of obedience, or are we acting out of what we want to do? Somebody needs to hear this. It's not really about what you want to do all the time. If you focus on what you want to do, then you're going to be looking at your cash flow and wondering why it's not flowing the way you want it to go. No one that I know grows up as a little girl saying, I want to be a life insurance agent when I grow up. I didn't say it. I've never met a little girl who says, I want to be a life insurance agent when I grow up. If y'all know of one, let me know. That little girl must have grown up, or must be growing up in a household where mom or dad has an insurance agency, because I'm telling you, most little girls do not grow up saying, I want to be an insurance agent when I grow up. But let me tell y'all, that is part of my assignment on this earth, and I'm not going to let anybody mess that up. So not only am I acting ethically, I'm acting legally, I am making moves with integrity. Sometimes it may take a little longer. Sometimes my clients may have to wait. Like right now, my calendar is filling up so fast, and I have this conference coming up. Some of my clients won't be able to meet with me again until November, and that's fine. But people are willing to wait because they know that I am working. I am working, and they know that I'm worth waiting on. Like if I be honest with y'all, my OBGYN is one of the best in Dallas. I won't say her name because I ain't trying to get y'all to fill up her calendar more, because I need to get in the door. Do y'all hear me? It is hard to get on my OBGYN's calendar because she is highly sought after. Am I going to go to somebody else? No, I'm going to wait until she can see me, because that's my OBGYN. Okay? One of the best in the game, one of the best to do it. Well, when you're really, really good at what you do, then other people get to know about you. So I'm at a point in my life where I have more leads coming in every week than I have time. That's why I had to increase my capacity, had to increase my team. And I'm still increasing my team and training my team, because the overflow is here. Thank you, Lord. The overflow is here. But in order to appropriately manage the overflow and make room for even more overflow, I must focus on my cash flow. So you will know if you have healthy cash flow, because one, you are able to have good foresight. You are able to do good forecasting. You are able to steward and predict with a vision, and you have a good idea of what expenses are coming and what income is coming within the next 30 days. See, I know this is going to be the most profitable quarter ever and the most profitable quarter of the year because I forecasted, I planned it, I'm still planning it out. I did a live earlier in the DFW Boss Babes Facebook group, and I spoke today about things that you should do and things you may not want to do as you are preparing for Black Friday and your Christmas time deals. So if you have a business and you want to wait until November 1st or even the week before Black Friday to start planning for Black Friday, it's late. You're going to be late. You are going to be late in the game. It won't be too late, but it is going to be too late. You know what I mean? So you want to forecast and plan 30 days out. You're a spiritual entrepreneur like me. You want to pray over your financial plans. You want to ask God, lead me, guide me, tell me what to do with this money. Ask for wisdom in every decision that you make. For my Bible readers, you know, Solomon could have asked God for whatever he wanted. He could have prayed for whatever he wanted. He prayed for wisdom, and God gave him wealth. He prayed for wisdom, and God gave him wealth. Even in Proverbs, it tells us to be diligent in our plans, and that's what's going to lead to our profit. So we need to be able to forecast. We need to be able to move with wisdom. And then the other thing that we need to be able to do is we need to be able to protect what we have. We want to be able to protect our wealth. We want to be able to protect our assets. And so there are a few ways you need to guard what you've been given. One of the ways you want to guard what you've been given is you want to make sure that it's protected. You want to make sure that even if you are an aggressive investor, you want to make sure that you have a diversified portfolio and you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Do not tie up all your money. Put some of your money in. If you are aggressive, you still need conservative products, you need moderate products, and you need aggressive products. So don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Put some of the money in accounts where you got good liquidity and put money in other accounts where the liquidity may not be as great, but you're able to have more growth. Okay. So make sure you are protecting your money. If you are like, well, what's another way to protect the money? Make sure you have life insurance. Your life insurance doesn't just protect your life, it protects your assets. It protects your children's children money, your children inheritance, the inheritance that you want to leave for your spouse. You don't want to build up this incredible life, have all this land, have all these houses, have the wrong critical, chronic, or terminal illness, and not have enough money to take care of your medical bills, your living expenses, the debt that you will leave to your family. You don't want that. So you want to protect your wealth. You want to make sure you are good with your money. You want to make sure that if you do hire someone to help you manage your money, you hire somebody you could trust. And then again, you want to multiply what you manage. You don't want to just have it and sit on it. You want to reinvest money back into your business. You need to reinvest into you. A lot of times people are like, oh, invest in yourself. Reinvest your positive cash flow into you, into your marketing, into your systems, into your point, your sales support, your team support. And make sure you're getting a return on investment. Now, the return on investment on your mindset, your money, and your movement is actually hard to calculate. But you know, if you've had a shift, you can feel it in your body. You can feel it in your gut. You can feel it in your mind. You can feel it in your shanana. If you rise up and become a better version of yourself and you hit the ground running and then you get all types of returns on your investments because you move in a way in which you are focused on abundance instead of focused on scarcity. Speaking of abundance, if you have not, and I do mean if you have not gotten your ticket to the Attract Abundance Conference, I don't know what you are waiting on, but I'm telling you, you need to get your ticket now. Take a plane, take a train, car, whatever it is you need in order to get in the room, because we are not just going to be speaking about one thing. We're going to speak about how to attract abundance and how to retire wealthy. We're going to speak about the cash flow. We're going to speak about the profits. We're going to speak about the systems. This is not an event where we're just coming in and having conversations with a bunch of people on a panel and then everybody shake hands, take pictures, and go home. No, we have multiple days, multiple ways to experience what it feels like to live an abundant life and how to unlock your next level of abundance. For some of you, your next level of abundance is being able to be a six-figure earner. For some of you, your next level of abundance is for you to operate and move and shake and believe and be a seven-figure business owner. For some of you, you already are a seven-figure business owner, but you want to have a peace of mind in which you can operate your business without fear. You want to be able to laugh at the future, laugh without fear of the future, like the woman in Proverbs 31. You want to not just have the money coming in so that you can pay your team, but you want to have enough money coming in so that you can reinvest those assets and be able to grow your own portfolio. And you want to have a good time doing it. And you want to be around other like-minded women who understand what you go through as a business owner. There is nothing like community. It doesn't have to feel lonely at the top. So make sure you get your ticket to the Attract Abundance Conference by going to attractabundanceconference.com. If you found this video to be inspirational, type inspirational in the comment section. If you found it to be educational or motivational, put that in the comment section. And if you have some other things that you want to know about, you can actually send me a DM, or you can put the questions in the comment section of this video, because somebody may have the exact same questions that you have. It says Karen Reese. Thank you so much for watching my video, Karen. I don't know who else is watching. I can see that y'all are watching. I see the views. But let me know if you're watching. If you are watching, tell me, are you a dualpreneur in this season, or are you a full-time entrepreneur? My name is Dr. Terry Alford. I am known as the Women's Wealth Strategist. I specialize in helping business owners build wealth and financial freedom so that we can live, lead, and leave multi-million-dollar legacies. Have a wonderful evening, an abundant week. I will see you again on tomorrow.